Hey guys, what's up? Bartgibbon Hobo here, and welcome to another Top 10 Beat 'em Ups list. I've done 3 of these so far, and wondering, will you do other Top 10 lists, Hobo? I'd like to, but these are just easy ones to do. So for now, let's get started. So I've already showed you 20 great beat 'em ups, and here's 10 more. Let's get right to it, starting with Spiderman Friend or Foe. Starting this list is old webhead himself, Spider-Man. Here's a comical adventure where Spider-Man teams up with many villains and other heroes to defeat the bad guy and save the world. Pretty cool, right? The controls are tight and responsive, you can play with a friend. As mentioned, the story is really humorous, and there is some fun to be had here. Sadly, that fun is best in short bursts because there's not a lot of flavor to the combat, it's just a repetitive button masher. Still, it's a pretty cool time if you're a fan of the webhead, so if you are, you're probably going to pick this one up anyway. Ninja Blade. From the guys that made Dark Souls, here's a game that'll make you feel like a ninja badass. An epic story, a multitude of different swords, cool ninja powers, and just, you really feel like a ninja playing this game. However, there's a couple snags in the work that prevent it from being awesome. Annoying inversion issues, annoying reliance on QuickTime events, and annoying screen blurring if you use your powers too much. Still, this is a pretty fun game if you give it a fair chance, so if you find it, pick it up. Odds are you might enjoy it. Thor God of Thunder. It's God of War with Marvel's God of Thunder. Imagine that. Based on the first Thor movie, we see this game take a different route than the movie, go beyond the movie, and go to different locations. I don't know if you wind up on Earth or not, but, you know, it's a different and cool. I like it. Tight, responsive controls, repetitive but fun gameplay, and some cool environments to fight in. Although some sections can be pretty annoying to get through, the game is pretty alright for what it is, so I'd recommend it if you find it cheap in the wild. Minority Report. Based on the movie, it takes an alternate route and focuses more on the book and the short story than the movie. It's a beat 'em up and platforming hybrid, with secrets to find, guns to use, and even a zippy little jetpack, plus a lot of costumes and cheat codes, so this game is awesome. I really enjoy it. I think you will too if you give it a fair chance. Plus, it's dirt cheap to pick up. So if you find it, you have no excuse not to try it. I think you'll enjoy it. Matrix, The Path of Neo. A Matrix game that lets you play as the One. Well, throughout friggin' time. This game has a lot to like, but one thing I love about it is the difficulty selection. See, you don't just pick it and go, it makes you play a minigame where you fight a bunch of enemies as Neo with all your powers, but it doesn't teach you how to use them beyond the basics. And how you do determines which difficulty you can play on. And if you don't like the ones you got, just do it again until you get the one you want. It's actually pretty cool. From there, you see Neo's powers develop from nerdy office worker to the One, and honestly, it's a pretty cool game. It has its glitches, sure, but if you give it a fair shake, you might like it. Honestly, it's cool. What? What's the matter? You never seen a cell phone floating down a hall before? Get real. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super Nintendo. Oldest game on the list, maybe even on the channel. This is a beat 'em up themed after the Power Rangers with some platforming for taste that pays a lot of homage to the show. Controls are tight and responsive, and the characters look like they should. They're all in character, like Jason's moves are brawny and athletic, Billy's are awkward and nerdy, etc. And then you morph, it's awesome, just watch. It is a little strange how they omitted the Green Ranger, but even so, it's always Morphin time when this is in your SNES. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. An Indiana Jones adventure that should have been a movie. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb is an indie platform / beat 'em up with awesome controls, fun platforming, and, for this list, awesome combat. This game sees our hero Indy fighting ne'er-do-wells of all types with different kinds of weapons, including blades, guns, his fists, whip, and anything you can pick up in the environment. Bottles, chairs, shovels, anything Indy can get his hands on, he can use it against the bad guys. Be wary, they can do this to him as well, so be ready for that. But yeah, this game's combat is a ton of fun, and I think you'll enjoy it if you're an Indy fan. If you are, you better grab this one now. Buffy the Vampire Slayer on the Xbox. So if you've played Indy before, this one should seem really familiar to you. After all, it was made by the same developers and even uses the same engine. This game takes place during the show's 3rd season. However, it does feature a video to catch up on major events so you're versed in the story, which is nice. Like Indy, Buffy features tight and fun combat with cool weapons, but this time, Buffy's enemies don't truly die until she pierces their heart with a stake. Luckily, wooden objects are all over the world, and there are plenty at Buffy's fingertips. She even gets a crossbow for sniping. So, if you enjoyed Indie, grab Buffy too. Sadly, this one is an Xbox exclusive, but the sequel came to other consoles and is more of the same, plus more stuff. So, if you need some Buffy action in your life, you better pick this one up.
Mad World.
Well, look at that. The game was nice enough to do it for me. How strange is it that a title like this is a Wii exclusive? Well, tell you what, it is. A crazy beat-em-up that's extremely violent and bloody enough for even Mortal Kombat to take notice. You have to unleash your violent creativity to destroy and rack up all kinds of points. See, it's not enough to simply kill the enemy. No, you gotta do as much damage as you can, impaling them on things, crushing them with things, all kinds of things, and there's only 2 colors. Yellow for the motion controls, and red for the gallons and gallons of blood you'll find. The game is crazy fun, with responsive motion controls, and again, this is a Wii exclusive, which just baffles me. So yeah, if you thought the Wii couldn't get hardcore, well clearly you thought wrong. Batman the Brave and the Bold on the Wii. Taking the top spot on the list is the most lighthearted take on Batman you've ever seen. A side-scrolling platformer beat-em-up with fun, responsive controls, cool upgradable gadgets, hilarious writing, drop-in heroes. This game's actually really awesome. Way forward, knocked it out of the park here, guys. This is probably one of the greatest platformer beat-em-ups on the Wii, and heck, if you've got a buddy, you can play co-op. So really, if you need some couch co-op Batman action, this one's a go-to. Well, there you have it. There are 10 more beat-em-ups to sink your teeth into. Now, I do have other projects planned regarding, beat-em-ups and whatnot, and, like I said earlier, this summer is going to be a lot of projects from me, I hope. So, stay tuned for all those. But for now, Hobo out!